everyone says, oh, well, you know, that's great, and the feature phone goes away. I would argue that we're already and have seen reports about Android, lower-end Android devices because of that significant interplay between compute power and what's available and what's needed to drive a sophisticated high-level operating system. There's problems. It doesn't work quite as well in some cases. The experience is not as good. So, I mean, I think what we're going to see is this sort of evolution of the smartphone, and also the feature phone. These two things are really industry definitions, driven in fact by what we define as an industry as a whole. I think at the end of the day, that there's going to be lots of life left into what we call, in this country, these quick messaging devices, because the capabilities of these devices have to play in concert with a certain level of affordability. And you have to sort of make use of the compute resources, and OSs like, or RTOS hybrids like Brew or MP or Bada can play an important role in helping people attain devices that are useful, give a great experience, and are mindful of the resources, not only on the device side, and compute power and computing cycles, but also, I think this is very important, on the operator side. Network efficiency and the way devices ping the network are a considerable source of concern, as many of you well know, in terms of signaling and other things. The other great thing is, and this is what I think is interesting, is improving this sort of overall ecosystem in some of these entry-level markets. I think at the end of the day, things that Qualcomm has done with CDG in concert, bringing the OMH initiative, Open Market Handset Initiative, in countries like India, China, Nigeria, Indonesia, is really transformative. Again, it creates a more attractive and diverse CDMA portfolio. It involves everyone at each entry point in the mobile system ecosystem. It's the operator, the channel, it's the OEM, it's lots of different people in concert working together to sort of, A, make money, of course, but also serve the needs of a diverse and interesting population that has special needs. So the next stuff is the fun stuff. It's the stuff that may not resonate 10 years out, but I think it's important for each and every one of you to think about how these new sort of processes and technologies are going to play an important role in reshaping mobility. And, you know, it is an evolution, but I think in some cases this could be a revolution. So, this doesn't always get a lot of play, right? This whole notion of manufacturing technologies and processing. No one's really sort of jumps up and down and is excited. But I think it's going to play a role. Because what we're starting to see, in fact, is shorter development cycles. 6 months in some cases, in terms of being able to bring a product from initial to bring it into the mass market. What are some of the things that we can learn? What are some of the processes that we think about? A couple of years ago, I started doing some research into abandoned phones, black market. Honestly, at first it was all about intellectual property theft and trademarks, but then, and I think you'll see this reflected in some of the academic literature in the last year or so, you can learn things about processes, you can learn things about marketing, you can learn things about being able to bring products to market very, very quickly. I think this is going to be core in terms of meeting the challenges, because it is a very dynamic and interesting market. And just bringing these products to market and using Shenzhen in terms of being able to feel and understand the needs of your end customer and think about customization, that's great in some areas, but from a really mass market, large manufacturer perspective, there's another piece that has to be added. And honestly, once again, I thought I was really leading edge until I saw an article a couple of weeks ago in The Economist that talked about 3D printing and additive technologies in terms of fast prototyping. I think this is another key step in sort of meeting the challenge of fast time to market, creating in some ways what everyone's tried to do from the industrial design perspective, and bring a fully sort of quote-unquote customized mass market device to the market at a price point that A, the end user can afford and the manufacturer, the OEM, can make margin off of. So that's going to be, I think, a very interesting thing. The next part is platform, and Andy sort of touched on this a little bit. Platform is in a lot of cases, some people's minds, just OS. I think platform is going to be very, very important in terms of thinking about partnerships, ecosystems, and being able to take that core mobile capability and spread it into new and different directions. Already we're starting to hear about cars and the capability and all kinds of new and different things. So think about that. I think it's really important. But I think even beyond that, I think these are two concepts that I think you should take with you. These are sort of high in the sky. I'm sure most of you heard about ambient technology and sort of how it works in today's market, about how we need technology to just sort of be there for us. And it's an important concept. I don't want to interact more with devices. I want that sort of shift to happen almost automatically. You barely do that today on a mobile device in terms of Wi-Fi connectivity. But more importantly, and think about automation, not robots bringing you beer and all that kind of stuff, or lighting your cigarette, but more importantly, automation in the way that I may want to get up in the morning, but I'll let my mobile device tell me when I want to get up. My mobile device, because of sensors embedded in roadways, will understand traffic patterns. Maybe let me sleep an extra 10 minutes. I could use extra sleep, right? Or know when my flight is going to sort of take off and then adjust the time accordingly. These are sort of interesting and new ways to take advantage of what's happening in the mobile market today. I think thinking about these things and how they're going to sort of come about is very important, because I think in some cases we're at a plateau in terms of innovation. And I think it's time for everyone to start thinking about new and different things, not just what's been replicated on the PC. So that's the end of my talk. And yes, Andrew, open it up. And back to you.